Hey guys, hope you're good. So I promise that the audio sound is going to be better in the video, but I just want to say this was actually a really tough week of backtesting. It's been about a month since I've done any backtesting whatsoever, even in real life, so not just for YouTube. So I was a little bit rusty, started off bad start, get a little bit confused and then recover it towards the end, but it's worthwhile watching to the end. Any questions that you're going to have, and I know that you're going to have a few, stick them into the comments section. If you like the video, give it a like. If you're new, subscribe, because there's going to be plenty more to come. And yeah, enjoy it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode, I guess, of Trade Forex with Paul. So today we're looking at gold US dollar, which is XAUUSD. And we're going to continue with another week or maybe 2 weeks worth of backtesting, picking up where we left off. So what I'm doing is just condensing the chart so I can't see any movement on the chart, so there's nothing given away. I'm just going to go back to our starting point, which was, I think, the 18th. Put on bar replay mode, and away we go. Press auto, and here we are. So just a quick recap, because this has been about a month since I did any backtesting on this, so just to refresh my own memory. At the end of the video, I cleared up all the charts. Strong upswing, we're on a pullback. Looks like we're going to reach probably about the midway point, break some new highs, just following the general trend of the market. But the issue which we've got, just looking at this now, is that these internal structure swings, so these internals start to condense quite a lot. So it's just cyclical. I can't remember the exact word of what it's described as, but generally speaking, it just condenses a lot. So we're going to see a lot of like 4-hour condensing, we're going to see 15-minute condensing, and chances are I'm going to start getting quite confused because this is already starting to squeeze down. Could it squeeze down a bit more and then take off in the true direction, hopefully to break these highs? I don't know, let's see. But let's drop down to the 15 minutes, see if there was anything else on the chart which I left on. I'm pretty sure that we broke this low, didn't we? Let me just move it forwards ever so slightly. Yeah, we did get a break of these lows. Let's just move it forward quickly. There we go. Right, yeah, so we got to a couple of inside bars. Right, so this is where the charts were. Let's start drawing out key areas of influence, all right, or key areas of confluence. So first of all, this break looks not like my favorite. What a wick. Okay, it's a wick break on the 15-minute. On the 4-hour, but this looks horrendous. I can't jump onto the 4-hour just yet. I don't think in real life I would take this trade, which kind of defeats the object of backtesting if we take it, but we're going to take a trade going south. I'm just going to mark up an order block. So the price was pushing up here, pushed down, pushed up. We get an inside bar, but that's already part of the downward movement. So this is the inside bar, which I'm interested in. This looks a bit, yeah, it's going to be risky, but we're going to get involved anyway. Tell you what, let's sort this out properly. So all I'm doing, if you're new to the channel, is I'm just marking out where I want to get involved. So I usually enter on the 50% mark, sometimes the 25% mark, but on these backtesting videos, I've been doing the 25%. So we're going to do that. Within this order block, I've identified the 0 mark, which is here. 25, 50, 75, and the complete top. Okay, so the 0 again, or the 100. I've noticed from my own backtesting that I prefer to get a lot more entries based on the 25% mark into an order block. Okay, I used to use like the 30%, sometimes the 20%, but the 25 is just like the sweet spot. All right, what I would do is basically trade this down to the base here and continue to trend down if we get involved. And that would be a nice, 7-to-1 move straight away. Generally speaking, I would follow this down to the next 4-hour part, but the next 4-hour is all the way down here. And because we're mid-range, essentially, it's a little bit risky. I don't want to start going for the moon, if that makes sense, with every trade. Oh, one thing as well, because that's the 4-hour, which has been broken technically. I know it's only with a wick. We also need to mark out where the 4-hour peak is, which looks like it's up here. So just get our structure drawn out. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, correct. Okay, so that's the 4-hour. This is the range which we're playing in. So with price pulling back to here, or what we're doing, the way which I marked that out, by the way, is I look at the lowest point which we're looking to break to the point which has been broken, which is here. Bear in mind it's a wick, so it's not really that reliable. And then I'll just go to the highest point between those 2 points. All right, so the highest point is there. Everything between here, which is the now low, to the high, I'm just going to look at where the 50% mark is, okay? Right. Okay, so premium versus discount. If I wanted to go and look for entries going short, if I'm expecting price to continue its journey down, I should theoretically just be getting involved with any trades which are in the discount zone, which is in this green section here. It is a higher risk if I'm getting involved in this red zone, which is the, the more premium 50%. People who say, buy the dip, crypto traders, for example, they're only buying, 20% dip or whatever. We're looking at 50% plus. Okay, we want a proper discount. But because I want to kick it off with a win, hopefully, this was the last order block before the break. The break was with a whopping wick, so chances are that most likely going to happen as well, is that price is just going to go like this, bam, straight through. Hopefully it won't, and hopefully we can get a win on the table, but let's just get stuck in and see what happens. Well, hey, so we're in the trade, which is good. Let's hope we get a good result. Well, that sucks. So we're out straight away. A -1%. If you're new to the channel, stick around because I normally do quite well towards the end of the week. So that's a -1. Okay, not the best of starts. Let's draw out other areas which may be of interest to get involved in. Okay, I quite like this one because this order block, let's say. The reason for that is there's a lot of liquidity which was formed here. And this is sort of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just like channel liquidity. There's a lot of wicks, price coming down, price ended up breaking through here, which is superb. Before the break of this, which was the lowest point prior to us smashing through, this was the last order block, okay? So this was the last order block between here and here being broken. Order block, I'm looking at this little black candle there, okay? I'm just gonna move this out of the way. So I'm just gonna mark up for now this as a potential order block on the 15-minute. Maybe we can have price do something like this, zigzag its way up, tap into the order block, and continue its journey down. Now, at the moment, I'm really unsure. I'm actually unsure again. I had another video recently where I was actually pretty unsure, but in this situation, we've got a giant wick followed by a couple of inside bars, which is usually, I think, people exiting their positions or getting involved in the wrong direction. So we might see price starting to reverse, but there's nothing major which I can see just yet, apart from a wick break of this little mini high, I guess. So if I wanted to draw, you know what, let's just tidy this up and get these off the chart. If I want to draw out where a small change of character could take place, it would be there, but we only got a wick break, so not particularly interested in getting involved. If I was to get involved, by the way, it would just be, okay, come to think of it, it would be this on the sidebar, or that one. I quite like this inside bar, so before we go anywhere else, let's just mark this up. Why do I like this one? Because it's a little pullback. I'm going to try and move this out of the way to stop it from, muffling the charts. But basically, as price, just before price broke this line here, price worked its way up, pulled back a very slight bit. It still pushed upwards, so if the inside bar was turned off, let's turn it off for a second. It's still a bullish candle, but it's an inside bar nonetheless. It didn't have enough power behind it. And then it broke. Okay, so that would be quite intriguing. If price comes into it, I'll mark it up on the charts and we'll take the entry. Obviously, it'll be a 25% entry, so it'll be from about here. But without wasting too much time, let's just keep going. Okay, I'm just going to have to draw that up because I don't know if that's 25%. It's close. Might get it. Well, hey, have we got it? No. Okay, we just missed it. Okay, well, price might come back to it, so I'll keep that drawn on for now. Now, what we're looking at is this candle, this wick to be broken, okay, and potentially look at an inside bar or an order block down here as a continuation trade to work its way up to here. Okay, so it would have to be a relatively small stop loss to be able to make it worthwhile getting involved, just in a short trade to here at least. Okay, so let's just keep on going. Right, okay, so what time was that? 5:30 in the morning, bit random. So we get a nice clean break. Yes, it's with a wick, which indicates that price is probably going to start working its way down before doing anything else. So proceed with caution. If I had set this on the right place, which is technically here, we'd be in to go short, but doesn't matter, we're going to keep it going. Oh wow, okay, this is looking quite messy. So what we've had is a miniature break up here, which is great, but we've had a series of inside bars. And you know what happened down here with the inside bars, where there's several in a row. I really don't like the look of this. Even to trade off of it, even if price starts to reverse, I don't like the look of it at all, because I would essentially be setting a low here, or potentially a low on this one. I just don't like the look of it. I'm probably not going to get involved. Oh, maybe I should have done. So on here we have potential order block, the last tiny kind of push up and rejection. So if price comes back to it, maybe we can get an entry to go south and continue our journey downwards. But what we are seeing at the moment is we are showing potential for a bit of a reversal, okay? And when we're looking at reversal, we're literally looking at, are we in a 4-hour point of interest as well, by the way? So price came down to, let's draw this on a chart. I should have done this before. Price came down to here. Let's put that as a 4-hour. What time are we on the chart? Because I don't want to reveal anything. I'm just going to go back to 6 in the morning so it doesn't reveal any other candles. Go to the 4-hour. What have we bounced off? Nothing. Imbalance. Just a huge amount of imbalance in the market between those 2 points right there. Just a huge amount of imbalance, and price will quite often come into about the halfway point of the imbalance before shooting off, unless it obliterates it and goes all the way through. But that's a risk that you have to take on a calculated basis. So right, okay, so price came down to there. Drop back to the 15-minute, see where we're going. I can't remember the purpose of that now. Anyway, let's keep going. Right, so price hasn't come back in. We got a break of these. Price hasn't come back in today yet. Looks like we are starting to get quite a few wicks. Is there anything viable? Like, you know, we've got this one which we can go for. This looks okay. Doesn't look half bad, to be honest. Let's draw this one out, just in case. It is a push down, so, you know, it's still relevant. No, it's not, sorry. It's been mitigated by these. Right, let's keep going. Oh, you know what? We just missed the entry. Okay, doesn't matter. This happens. Well, okay, trading view jumped a little bit. So what are we getting? Okay, let's just regroup a little bit. That's what I was going to do. Sorry, I just remembered. I was going to show you the reversal pattern. Okay, so really, really simple. All right, it's a little bit of a Wyckoff type reversal pattern. So price is like here, working its way down. So we get a minor sort of pullback here, which would be this. Then price comes up, breaks this high, works its way down. It can either create a new low, which is great, or not. It doesn't have to. Price comes up, breaks this high, comes down, fails to break this this low, breaks up again, and then you can get a nice clean entry off of this one or this one. Okay, different risk elements. Okay, but it basically zigzags around a little bit, and then you can get involved. You can especially do it on the lower time frames, which is what I try to do every day. But with this, we're only using the 15-minute, so yeah, let's just keep on going. Too much waffling. Just keep on trading. Oh yeah. So we've got a break of here. Let's move that out of the way. Put that there. Ideally, now I'd want to see a break of this before targeting a lower order block, and this looks pretty sweet. So if we get a break of this right here, I'll be targeting this order block as an entry. Why do you think? Because we've got nice long wicks. We've had a little sweep of liquidity right here. You know, prices come just a little bit lower. We get another push up. We get essentially an engulfing candle following it with this grey candle. Okay, so I'm quite liking the look of that. If we can get anything to go long, and you know, as a target, not really sure where to target just yet. Probably just here, but at least we'll be able to get a win on the board and eradicate that loss over there. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so we've got a break of that, which is great. Do we have anything else that we can get involved in? Possibly here. So what I'm doing now is just identifying the order blocks between this bit. Let's try and draw this on. So between here and here. Okay, so this high was broken by this. So we're going to the lowest point, which was here. We've already identified this order block with that. And are there any other clean sort of order blocks, prices being pressed down? Probably this one. And why is that? Well, because we haven't really had a mitigation. You know, price hasn't come down, grabbed any liquidity out of here and gone. So this one is the next order block, which I like the look of as well. I don't know what people refer to it as, but it's just the middle order block. It's one of the mid-range order blocks. Okay, so just going to mark this one up as well as a potential entry. Obviously, it's quite frustrating because if I just do that, it's just one giant area. So realistically, what you would do in real life is set like 50% of your normal order size on here and 50% on here and look to scale in, working your way up. Because what we're doing at the moment is looking at scale-ins. If we have to go beyond here, by the way, let's just try and mark up another potential reversal point, potential anyway, and it's most likely going to be up here. I would probably just say that last candle, that last push, that's clearly where price started to press into, but it was mitigated by this candle, so it may have taken the juice out of it. So we might be looking at this, which has been mitigated, work our way back. I think if we break here, we're probably going to go all the way up because everything's just had liquid taken out of it. Okay, this has been mitigated by that. This upward candle or downward candle, this has been mitigated by that. And then this one over here has basically taken out all liquidity from that. So theoretically, price should just work its way up and, I don't know, maybe get involved on that, although that's been taken from there. Yeah, I think that, you know, the next stop, if we break this sort of section here, is probably going to be back upwards towards the 4-hour line, but don't trust me on that just yet. We'll see what happens. Not the best of starts, okay? So let's just keep going. Blimey. Okay, we're not even getting entries. Okay, not great, but this is what happens when you live trade. You can be sat waiting for absolutely ages to get your entry, especially if you're using like the medium time frames, like the 15-minute. What do I like about these? By the way, you don't have to be drawing these on. This is just to demonstrate where I'm looking at the highs. This order block looks okay. But we're starting to form a little bit of liquidity down here. It doesn't matter, just keep going. Forgot about this. Forgot about this. Great. Okay, you know what? We missed it. But if price comes back into it, depending on what happens, we can look to get involved. Okay, well, good job I didn't mark anything up for there. Right, what I can see at the moment, just so you guys can see it as well, is there's a nice little bit of, I think this is liquidity anyway, under here. Okay, so there's wicks forming down here. There's going to be a nice pool of liquidity, theoretically anyway, underneath here. So price should drop down, sweep below these wicks. That's already been mitigated. It should land perfectly on this one, hopefully, and then continue its way long, because price is starting to work its way up. It could come down, sweep the whole lot out, and just continue its way up and get that sort of whipsaw effect. But we're already working our way up in a bit of an ascending channel. Let's just keep on. Let's keep going. Speaking too quickly. You know what? We'll be lucky not to actually enter. I think we were. Okay, good. And boom, look what's happened. And we did say that we'd get involved in this. But a little bit frustratingly, I don't think we got our entry because I was clicking too quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up just in case price comes back to it. and we are going to get involved. Okay, so we would be involved. We'd have been involved on the 50%, even on the 75%. So that would have been like really panic stations, really, for those sort of 15 minutes. What time is it as well? Yeah, 1 in the afternoon. So, you know, New York's kicked in quite nicely. And what's happened? It's come down, swept that liquidity, which is perfect, and worked its way into that order block. Could it work its way down again? Let's see, I don't know. So let's just mark up on our charts where we'd be getting involved if we do. If price comes back to it, we could set our first target just to be here, 6.38. You know, I don't have any major confidence, although we are grabbing liquidity. I wouldn't mind targeting up here, to be honest with you. And let me just consider this. Let's just have a quick look at this market structure. So this just looks like a ton of liquidity to be taken out for a price to just shoot down straight through it. So a little bit like what I marked up. Where was it? I swear I just drew liquidity on the chart. Oh, it's there. Again, we're pretty much just getting it along here. Okay, it's just in that ascending channel. And when you see an ascending channel or a descending channel, there's usually a lot of liquidity being formed on the downside or the upside, depending which one you're looking at. So on here, there's a lot of liquidity being formed, I think, anyway, for price to come down, shoot all the way through, potentially bounce off one of these, or just continue its way down. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to set my target up here for this high. I did say that will probably go up to here, but for the time being, what we'll do, we might extend the target. That's a 12.83. You know, could we maximize to 16.81 perhaps, but we'll assess it. As it comes up, we might change our mind, okay? So we might just move it up to here. But I'm quite happy with that for the time being. Right, okay, we're not in yet. Oh man, this isn't looking good. So we swept the liquidity, working our way down. Did we hit an order block? Yep, potentially that. Price messed around for a lot, came down. Could be working our way back down again now. This would be a disaster, wouldn't it? I want to see a break of here to start looking for any scale-ins. I think you'd be crying for about a day if you're in this trade. Well, actually, no, you'd be in profit, but you'd be panicking a little bit because you wouldn't be locking anything in just yet. Well, we got a break, even though it's with a wick. It's not looking amazing. So let's just reassess and see, is there anywhere else where we could look for a potential scale in? Yeah, possibly this move down. So in the future, could we get involved in this? We could, but it's already been slightly mitigated. This one has also been mitigated. That move down hasn't, so could anything bounce off of here? That looks a bit risky anyway. No, let's take it off. No clean setups as far as I could see it. There's too much price action going around it. Let's just keep going. See if we can get another pullback to get involved in. Maybe these. Oh man. Was I doing it too fast again? I think I was. So we got a break and a pullback. So what we're looking at here is literally just the pullback strategies. So the gap between here and here, we were looking at lowest point, which was here. If we wanted to narrow it down, we could literally just make it this order block, and we could have got an entry just there. And if we did get the entry, it's going to be about here. And it's only a small trade up to here, but hey, look, a 9.88 trade, which we missed. Okay, we've missed that. If it goes on to hit the profit now, I'm going to be a bit annoyed with myself for, again, skipping too fast. So I'm going to slow this down a little bit. That's fairly typical, isn't it? So we missed 9.88, which is a bit frustrating, and that would have happened so quickly. And I'm going to put that in yellow. But what we did do is we hit this one, which was 12.83. So let's put that in as well. So is that our first win? Was that our first win? Yeah, so we had a loss, a win, and a miss. Okay, fairly standard. You guys see in my previous videos that I sometimes click along a little bit too quickly. That's what's happened here. Let's see what happens with price action. Let's see if we can reach this 4-hour mark. Okay, strong rejection. Oh well. Right, okay. Let's just see. So price 7.430. 7.416, so we didn't quite break this high up here. So that wasn't quite broken. We're going to have to work our way back below here to see where the realistic break would be. These are equal lows on those candles. I'm going to have to go back to here. Right. Okay, so this is the low that we need to break. We've only broken it with a wick, but it looks as though price could potentially come back up to here and work our way down. I want to see more of a convincing break. This is a pathetic break, so I'm not going to mark this up. If price comes back to it and taps it and shoots down, well, you know, whatever. Oh, well, it didn't even reach it, but it did reach. It doesn't matter. And we're coming back down to what was our original entry before. And oh no, do you know what? I could have set a nice order block on here. This was a nice looking order block. Literally just to there. Oh well, you know what, I haven't marked it up or anything, so we'll just keep going. Would have made a difference, would have ended up with a loss actually, so don't worry about that. Wow, okay, how wrong could I be? See, can't always get it right. And this order block down here, which I talked about, it's just stopped at. Looks like price is going to tear through it. And it hasn't, it's completely reversed. Okay, where did that come down to? Out of curiosity, let's just mark on the charts where that went to. What did that interact with? This one. Just tapped it. Let's come back here. Was there anything amazing which had happened? No, just kind of tapped into it. Maybe on a lower time frame, maybe there were like a few inside bars or something, I don't know. But prices decided to reverse right there, at least for the time being. Let's keep on going. Look at the size of these candles. That's insane. Okay, how big are those candles? It's going up like 0.25, 0.4. That's like a whole percent of gold in an hour. 1.5% in, yeah, literally like an hour and 15 minutes. That's crazy. Okay, something big must have happened. Must be a big news event back here. And it looks as though we're probably going to break this, where we can start to reassess, which we do. Okay, so I'm just going to go back a tiny bit, back to where it says 2 o'clock, because I want to jump onto the 4 hour. Let's go back one more, just in case it reveals something by accident. So jump to the 4 hour. Let's see where we are on here. Starting to look a little bit messy, so let's get rid of that because it's not relevant anymore. We did break this, didn't we? We broke this on the next candle, so price worked its way up. We're now looking at the lowest point between there and there being broken, which is actually here. Let's put that on as the structure. I'm going to change up my favorites in a little bit and reformat it. So what do we have? We have a massive kind of order block here, which is not even worth marking up. I'm going to have to do something on 15 minutes. I think it was the inside bars. Price is now definitely looking as though it is working its way up. And yeah, there's just a huge liquidity sweep. 15 minute again. Let's try the 1 hour. Is there anything interesting? No, 30 minute. You know what? That is in the way. I can't really see what's going on. Yeah, just an order block. I don't like any of this. Right, okay, this is quite a difficult week. How far through are we, by the way? Oh man, I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to speed this video up. Let's keep going. Oh, sorry, back to the 15. Right, so price is rejected off of there. What can we get? Nothing, apart from an order block. So, right, price is continuing to break its way upwards, it seems. Let's just mark that out. Put 15-minute on. That is quite a tasty looking order block. Yeah, I quite like that. And let's continue. Right. Okay. Okay, so we're just getting minor, like tiny little breaks. Maybe the market's just slowing down due to time. Not really. Looks like price is going to start. It looks like it's slowing down anyway. So if you look at this, nice strong push up, cleared out order liquidity from down there. Literally just swept the whole lot in about 15, maybe half an hour. Price coming up, starting to slow down again to same what it did there. What did it do last time? It just plummeted straight through. So I'm quite cautious. Let's look over on the left as well. Is there anything here? Just a big void, just a huge void until here. So just a giant gap. And I always say, all right, let's just draw this on properly just so I can explain it. I always say when there's imbalance in the market, you're always looking, well, not always, but quite a lot of the time, you're looking at around about the 50% mark where price will start to reverse from. And if it doesn't reverse from there, if it does breach the 50%, it usually goes on to just tap it. Okay, and then beyond there, you've got another 15-minute order block. Okay, so we're not quite at the 15-minute. Looks like we're going to get into it though. Sorry, the equilibrium, let's say, the 50% mark. We're in it. There we go. There's a 50% mark just tapped. Right, let's just keep clicking because nothing much is happening. I could say let's mark up an order block down here, but I'm really not confident on this price action. And it's just basically when price just does this, like little movements after like a giant move, you know, potentially to take it there. Quite often you'll just get a complete sweep of this liquidity and then off it goes again. Okay, so I don't want to get caught up in all of that if I can help it. Let's keep going. I'm not really enjoying this backtesting session, if I'm honest with you. Just like I said. Okay, so there's literally price sort of zigzagging its way up, making small movements, and then a big old smash straight through to grab the liquidity. So that's what I didn't want to get involved in. Now that's happened, we can probably start looking at reversals, to be honest, because liquidity's been swept. We've gone straight through this imbalance. We're almost at the top of the zone. Let's start looking at reversals. Where did price struggle to break the highs? About here, we got a break. Let's just look for the reversal pattern, or one of them. Let's look at this candle, the inside bar. I should theoretically include the wick. But let's try and get a nice tight entry if we can. And we'll go short. I'm going to try and figure out where we're going to go short to in a second. It might be just to here, you know, an almost 5 to 1 or a 1 to 5. I keep getting those mixed up. Can we make it down to the, you know what, that's quite nice. Huge, but a good old order block right here. So pro trend, the 4-hour trend is going up, which means that theoretically this is now a counter trend move. If we want to be looking properly, that's probably the lowest point on the 4-hour chart. What time are we? 7:30. I'm going to go back a tiny bit. Okay, let's just go to there, jump to the 4-hour. I want to do premium versus discount so we can see where's a safe place to be getting involved. Too much stuff on the chart, starting to look messy. We got break there to there. All right. Right, that was quite hard to find. All right, so we're just going to do premium versus discount right here. So really, we should only be looking to get long again once we get to around here. So if our target can be somewhere here or below, yeah, okay, cool. Yep, everything's back on. Drop it back down to the 15-minute. And it was 7:30, wasn't it? So let's go back to that. Is that it? Yeah, okay, all right, we clicked a little bit further. But the principle is the same. Okay, cool. And we also get this broker structure, which is sound. Okay, so I'm quite happy to take this. Should I extend? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to cover those wicks just in case, because don't want to be an idiot and just get stopped out. All right, so there's our stop. Our initial target would be there, which is only 1 to 4. Let's see realistically where is there. There was that nice sort of looking order block right here, which we could get involved with. And if price was to come down to it, that would be 1 to 6. But I do think that this looks better. That's an 18 to 1. I've just got to think about this for a second. Pro trend is up. The 4-hour trend is going up. We are going to be, we're pretty much at the peak. We haven't broken it. Yes, that's a nice order block, but no, we don't want to be getting involved with any buys here because it's in premium. This is the area where we're going to be wanting to look for buys. So I don't want to target the low because this low is going to be a protected low because it broke this high. Yeah, right. Sorry, just have to strip it back down to basics sometimes. So there we go. That's our target, 18.31. Looks a little bit ambitious, but we're going to give it a go. Let's keep going. Oh, hang on, we're in. Didn't even notice that. Okay, so we're in the trade, and just like I mentioned around here and back there about liquidity, this again looks like liquidity is forming right there because there's a channel, an ascending channel, which means that the liquidity is forming below it. All right, so price is zigzagging its way up. Price should come down and smash through. Now this is the perfect, I'll say that, it's probably going to go wrong now, but this is the perfect kind of order block. Okay, so you'd like to see an order block being formed, price work its way down, zigzag its way back up to this order block before shooting back down. So the order block being identified right there, we have literally just here. So this is the order block being identified, price has zigzagged its way back up, get a tap in and off we go. All right, and on a lower time frame, you can even get involved with a similar sort of pattern like what I'm doing here to identify the reversals and get your stop loss to be considerably smaller. But that's more for experienced traders. So let's carry on going and let's hope that we just get a little bit of wind on our sails. All right. Perfect. Right. So price is working its way down, looking pretty sweet. Are there any other order blocks which have just been formed? No. Although, yeah, actually, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I do like this one because it's a nice little push up. We'll cover those wicks. So there's the order block, which I like the look of now as well. Right here. So price came down. It broke this structure again. It's hardly structure break, but it's literally just a break again with a wick. If price continues down, so I theoretically want to see a break here if I can, but it depends how price returns. It might just literally shoot straight through. I'm going to keep that on there. If price does something away from here, I'm going to mark it on the chart. If price shoots straight through, obviously I'm not going to put it on. Okay. Oh, would that be a tap in? I don't think so. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right, that's a really ideal sort of order block. So is this one actually. So we got the break. That was the move which created the initial push down, next push down. Okay. So we do have this one as well. So we could, theoretically, let's just put on 2 trades. And we'll do it with this smaller one as well. I have a feeling this video is running quite long. So if you're still watching, put a comment in the box if you can and ask me a question. That'd be sound. And then with this, I guess we'll target the low as well. Nah, you know what? Like, we've got one run into the low. That would just be stupid. If we get 3 stops with this, that, oh, you know what? I'd end up kicking myself in real life. So try and get a couple of quick wins. And this target, if that is the low, this one will change. And so will this one. Okay, we're just going to target the swing on these if we can. Right, let's keep going. Right, okay, we're in this first one, which is cool, and the target for that is going to be, oh, no it's not, 2.92, we're targeting the low. Alright, so, should have thought about that before I put it on, 8.25 if we get it. So far so good. Uh-oh. Oh. And we're out of that one, and we're in this one. Okay, bit risky. So that's a -1 right there. Okay, so that's -1. Bit frustrating. Just going to move that out of the way. I'm going to close that up a little bit. Alright, so -1. We're now entering this one, which looks like it's going to be another -1. Bit of a nervous laugh there. Right, let's see. Cool. Right, okay, again, just so you guys can see, liquidity, ascending channel being formed. You can essentially do that. Price come down, smash its way through because there's an order block. Alright, cool. Maybe I was being a bit stupid with that one. That was obviously the clear order block which pushed it down originally. And this one was just kind of, yeah, the last, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's still valid. It's still valid. I would have taken both in real life, so not going to kick myself, although this is looking a bit rough. Oh no. That doesn't matter because there's liquidity forming under these wicks. Okay, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. I'm going to not panic. That's why. Was that our target? Was that our target? Our target will be here. Yeah, so our target's going to be there, 8.45. Should we have entered into a trade right here? Probably, but I was clicking too quick. Yes, we should have done. Right, okay, I'm going to mark that on the chart, so I'm going to skip this on the video editing, just to save you guys some time. Right, plus 5.45% miss. Again, frustrating. Why did I like this? It was because it was just a nice clean order block. You know, we had a couple of wicks down, had a little push up, a nice press down with a strong body. It just made sense. Price slowly again worked its way up. Again, what you see is just a real standard model. Down. All right, really, really simple. But I missed it because, again, I was clicking too fast. So, sorry guys, I need to slow things down. I did say I was going to do that earlier. Let's see if we can get lucky again. Oh, also, we're taking profit on there. Sorry, just realised. So 8.45. So that's pretty cool. So loss, win, and is that one? That's one which we're running. Okay, we're running that one down to the start of that order block. And then we might consider a move on here if we can get a nice reversal pattern. Okay, if price or if time allows us. I don't know how far we get to run on this. Up to about here. I'm just going to draw it on the chart. About there. Okay, so that's where we're practically running to. Let's keep going. No. Oh. I'm starting to hate myself. I'm actually starting to hate myself. I'm going to have to draw this on. I'm sorry. Again, clicking too fast. I'm getting really annoyed with this, but at least you'll see from, you know, my inadequacies of clicking far too quickly that there are just tons of opportunities all over the place. Like, you know, we had probably a couple of days on here without any opportunities and a couple of stop outs. But then if you do take your time on the charts, which you will do, like this is the 15-minute chart, you know, you'll be setting alerts and walking away from the chart, coming back to it and considering like, oh, okay, I can see this order block forming. We get a nice body break. Yeah, we get a wick, but we get, you know, essentially a strong push down. We've got order flow moving downwards. This looks like another zigzag move. Oh, tap into this final order block right here, that little push up, and then off you go. And your target would be here. Okay, 9.45. I can't believe this. By clicking too fast, I'm giving you guys an injustice, and I just got to remember that, because you're here to learn and you want to see me with my thought process while I'm looking to get involved in a trade. So I'm slowing things down now. Break. Happy days. Nice order block right there, actually. So I'm going to consider that. I love the inside bar when it looks just like this. I've done a video on this. I'll try and tag it. I'll put it up here in the corner somewhere. But watch that video, use control, click that link, and watch it next, okay? Because this move on an inside bar is usually perfect. Boom. Again, perfect. So I love this inside bar. I'm going to draw out an entry. I'm not going to use, or should I use the inside bar? No, I'm just going to use this because it's the last sort of, it's almost like an inside bar of that inside bar. So I'm going to mark this out as a potential entry point if price reverses back to it gently. And then because of where we're positioned, it does look as though we are working our way rapidly to this order block down here, which is looking great. It might just be that we target this, which is like a 1 to 4, which isn't looking, amazing. No, you know what? We're going to target the bottom, 6.86. I know in previous videos I've just targeted these lows here, but it does look as though we're working our way down to at least this order block. Might shoot straight through it, but unlikely because it's a protected zone. More of that information on my Discord group, protected zones. So, right, let's just keep going. Oh, we're in. Okay, that was fast. Okay, we're in this trade. Oh my days. That's why you don't move your stop loss, by the way. So you would have gone into profit by probably, I don't know, at least 1% or 1R. Don't move your stop loss to break even. There we go, nice. And that's left behind another sweet looking order block. Let's just see what happens with it. Right there. Oh, we didn't quite hit our target. Let's keep going. Got it. Right, 6.86, happy with that. And that was in the space of about an hour. So 6.86. And what else was it? It was this one, 18.31. Pleased with that. Okay, cool. Looking forward to tallying these up. Doesn't matter how many losses you get, really. Even just this, this one little win right here would have, made up for those 2 losses that I had and the missed trades, the frustration of that. And it does look as though we're getting rejections off here. So let's see what we can do. Huh. Has it reached the halfway point that I was talking about? Almost. Right, okay. This is looking less appealing, I must say. And the top of this is going to have to be marked out. Oh, okay, I'm glad that I didn't get involved. Right, get rid of that. This has been broken. This now means that this order block's been taken up. Price is looking like it's reversing. This is likely going to be, 4-hour order block zone. Actually, it is, so it's the extreme. Price is starting to reverse. Not guaranteed yet, but it is looking like it's turning around, which is cool. Wow. Oh, no way. No way, man. Oh well, leave it. Again, what are we getting? Liquidity. Could price literally just use this order block and shoot off? I don't know. Oh. If you could see my face, you would see a lot of frustration. Okay, cool. Right, so we've just got a break of this one. So to me, price is reversing, at least on the 15-minute. Don't know how far it's going to reverse to. This order block's already had liquidity taken out of it. There's nothing really that exciting. Even though it's like a nice move up, there's nothing clean for me to get involved in. So I'm just going to click a few times and just see what we can get. Okay, that's cleaner. So we've got a nice break up there. We're looking at the order block now, which is this. Although I used the inside bar before on another one, so let's do that again. And see if there's a nice clean sort of entry to come in. I want to see a little bit more of a break, a potential bounce off of here. That looks alright, doesn't it? So maybe we can get a bounce off. Oh. Oh, okay. Right, okay. So we haven't had a bounce off of there, but what we have had is a break right here. Or a change of character, as some people would like to describe it as these days. So we can actually start targeting up here again as a possible reversal point. But it's going to be this whole candle, and that looks huge. If we get a tap in, I'll mark it up. Oh, you know what? Sorry guys, I've just realised that we have just gone past the end of the month. Okay, I was just thinking, what's that line doing on my chart? End of the week, sorry. End of the week trading is done. So I'm just going to tally this up. Let's see how long I've been recording for. 55 minutes. Now this is going to be a hell of an edit. Right, okay, this is going to take a good few days to edit, so don't expect this out very quickly. We've had one loss, 2 losses. Okay, so let's draw this out. Let's write it out. 4 wins, 46.45. Nice. And then missed 3 of them. Okay guys, so the crazy thing is that oh yeah, in total, yeah, so the crazy thing is 2 losses. We also missed 3 trades at almost 25%. We got 4 wins, which totaled 46.45%, and our total was 44.45%, which is really not a bad week, considering that was actually really hard to trade. I didn't like much of that at all. It was really messy price action in comparison to what we'd faced before. Okay, there weren't any massive moves. There were just a lot of like wicks and fake outs and just really tight channels. Okay, I'm surprised I even turned a profit on that, because I was honestly looking at a lot of difficulty. And quite often you're going to get weeks like that where you might think that price action isn't suiting your style of trading, but if you stick to the core concepts of structure, premium versus discount, and order flow, you're pretty, and also liquidity, using as many confluences as you can still turn a profit. Now, in a period of a week, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 trades, 9 trade opportunities. Okay, lose 2, win 7 because you won't be skipping ahead. That could have been an incredible week. That could have been 70% if you were paying attention. So yeah, hopefully that has taught you some valuable lessons for this week alone. But again, I apologize for missing so many trades. My head's just not really that in it tonight. But yeah, it's been about an hour recording this video. So yeah, I'm going to clear out the charts now and meet you back next time. If you like it, subscribe and stick your comments in the box because it helps the algorithm. Thanks everybody.